Today is a very sad day as we say goodbye to a very good and dear friend in Misao. That's right, this little bundle of joy finally passes on into the afterlife and no longer lingers in the world of the living as a ghost. She's a character that just wanted to make friends, and that's all she really wanted before she passed away. But now she leaves the world with a lot of friends and loved ones. Certainly she captivated many of the hearts of the readers that read this series. Certainly mine. I personally loved her antics. She brought a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of sadness, and I ended up sympathising with her character more than I ever thought that I would. And honestly, I'm happy to call her a friend when looking back at the interactions she gave us. So, therefore, rest in peace, Misao, until we meet again. Hello everyone and welcome to the Animezillia, and thank you for joining me as we talk about chapter 159 of the We Never Learn manga series. That's right, the ending to the Rizu Ogata route. And as chapters go, I really liked this chapter. It was a really nice, emotional and heartfelt chapter. But one thing that I kind of was a bit annoyed about was the main focus of this chapter. The main focus is meant to be on Rizu Ogata. It's her route. So then, why is the most standout and most impactful thing the passing of Misao? Personally speaking, the Rizu stuff, I really didn't care about. Mostly because the series hasn't made me want to invest in Rizu as much as Misao's character at the moment. Like, Misao's passing massively overshadowed this chapter's initial focus and purpose. I just found Misao's part in this chapter much more impactful, much more relatable, and much more kind of emotional in more ways than what Rizu's was. Now, I started off a bit negative, and I do apologise about that, but that's just one thing that I had to put out there, that I saw quite a lot of people had the same kind of thoughts as well. However, this chapter was a very good chapter nevertheless. I did enjoy 159. However, all of that being said, Rizu's character does have a very good display in this chapter. She showcases a lot of her observation skills, and I like that. I like the fact that she caught on to the fact that Misao was present for most of the time, because she was looking at the body language of Yuiga and his actions and trying to, come to a conclusion. And she came to a conclusion that something must have been there. However, she concludes that it must be friendly, so she's not scared of it. Now, the fact that she's not scared of it shows good maturity growth in Rizu's character as well, so I actually do appreciate that on that front. Now, I'm going to shrink myself down for this little bit, because to explain what I'm going to say, I just kind of feel like it's necessary. But the kissing scene. Now, I didn't like this at all. When I saw this happening, I did not think of passion or love. Instead, the two words that ran through my mind when looking at these panels was lust and desire, which paints Yuiga in a very weird and odd light that I really don't like. Yuiga isn't meant to be this crazy, lusty man that wants everything and everything sort of scandalous and dangerous. I know Azumi kept calling him a dirty horn dog, but that was as a joke. And this set of panels of him kissing Rizu kind of make that true, because he's kind of all over her, and I don't know, it felt wrong. It felt weird. It felt not right for what the series actually is. It felt like they were actually going to strip off and do something in that kind of park bench or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's not meant to be a manga like that from what I understand. But, I mean, again, it just felt like a really weird scene. Now, I like the flashback and I like the kind of homage to the first game that they played and the fact that Rizu finally won. I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. The fireworks in the background, very reminiscent of the festival, which I'll get to in a minute. But, I mean, again, the comedy at the beginning with the father accepting it, it was unexpected. It was nice, but at the same time, that is just like a whatever. It's like comedy and, grabbing you in with a laugh. But then this scene, just, I don't know. I don't know if I'm overthinking it. I might be. I just think it's a little bit odd. Now, the panel with Misao in this chapter was heartwarming and it made me smile. Seeing her finally having the friends that she so wanted was great. She really did work for it as well. You know, it's not like she just stayed there in the background and did nothing. In this Rizu route, she really pulled her weight, and she really earned the trust of Sekijo and Rizu, which I really did like. It added to her character, developed her character even more, which made the emotional impact of her character's passing a lot more effective. So that part of the writing techniques, I actually really did appreciate and I liked from this chapter. Because obviously we have Misao wanting to help Rizu, all the time. We then have Misao helping Sekijo, and that's the reason as to why Misao and Sekijo wasn't in the previous chapter, because Sekijo was gaining encouragement when talking to her parents again from Misao. I thought that was amazing. It shows there's a connection between all three of these characters, and when Rizu finally said, "Hey, you're here as well. Do you want to play this game with us?" And she broke down saying she wanted to play a game with her friends. God, that got me in the feels. It really did. It was heartwarming. I loved it. I had a smile on my face reading those panels. So then, let's go back to the Fireworks Festival. The Fireworks Festival, link back, callback, whatever you want to call it, was okay. It was nothing too special, but seeing that, another odd thing kind of happened. And this is, taken as you will, maybe me overthinking things again, but Sekijo saying that maybe the legends were real, and then just flat out stating that she doesn't believe those type of things, was kind of odd and almost hypocritical in my mind, simply because, yes, she's a scientist, they shouldn't believe in that kind of stuff, only in facts and logic, but she's been living with a ghost for a very long time, and she knows that Misao exists. So, that kind of thinking in that sort of lines would lead you to believe that she should believe in other myths and legends. So I guess it's just kind of odd. But she does say to Misao before she realizes she disappears that hey, are you a Cupid or something? Which again is a bit kind of odd and hypocritical because she doesn't believe in a legend about people being together at the fireworks going off, that they're going to be together forever, but she somehow believes in a fairy that grants love. Okay. A little bit sussed, but it's Sekijo. Sekijo's wild, she's crazy, she's a fun character. So, I'm not going to be too harsh and too critical on it. But, maybe Sekijo just had some extreme confidence in Rizu and thought that she was always going to get Narayuki from the start. That's why she didn't believe in the legends. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Overall, I thought the Rizu route was okay. Now, it wasn't the most excitingest thing in the world. I wasn't that invested or behind the whole ship of Rizu or Yuiga or the story itself, as the route itself didn't really build a connection between both characters, nor did it kind of explore or improve the relationship between Yuiga and Rizu. I felt like it was a steady line of characters getting a good showcasing, like Sekijo, like Misao, and then they just kind of went, boom, Rizu needs some stuff at the end, let's give her this kind of interaction with Yuiga out of nowhere, let's try and make it work, let's mash those pieces together and see if it kind of does something decent. Honestly, I wish they dedicated more chapters and more build-up to the connection, and they went a different route than this whole let's play a game kind of ordeal with Rizu and Yuiga, because then it would have made this chapter a more Rizu and Yuiga focused rememberable than it being a Misao rememberable chapter. I hope I made sense there. Basically, to sum it all up, I just wished that the route itself gave us more kind of moments from Yuiga and Rizu to make me actually care about these two characters as a couple. Honestly, I don't. That's not me being like, oh, I only think Yuiga should get with this character. I don't care in shipping. I really do not care. I just like the story to be good, thought out, planned, and consistent. And unfortunately, that didn't tick those boxes for me in this particular route. However, that being said, I personally think that Uraka has the better routes and moments at the moment, but only time will tell because Furuhashi is up next, and that should be interesting. Overall, this was a very good chapter. It's a shame about Misao's passing. However, it does make the chapter more rememberable and more impactful, even if it's not relating to the character that the route is actually targeted towards, that being Rizu. It was still a very good chapter, a very enjoyable one overall, and it got the emotion stirring from the Misao part, but it also, tied off those loose ends. I like the fact that the end dialogue with Misao saying that she now is happy because she has friends, and she wishes that all the people that she loves can be happy together forever. I thought that tied in very nicely with Sekijo and her family being happy and together forever, and Rizu and Yuiga being happy and together forever. I thought that was very nice. It was a nice touching kind of tie-in. They tied up all the loose ends for their characters that are involved in this route, and props to them for that. This chapter was decent. Overall though, I want to know what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Did you like the Rizu route overall, or did you just like this chapter and didn't really care much about the Rizu route itself? Let me know what your thoughts down below. Like the video if you liked the video. Dislike, I guess, if you dislike. But if you do, please leave a comment stating how I can improve moving forward, because constructive criticism or feedback is always appreciated. But apart from that, I hope you have an amazing day. Arigato, matane, goodbye.